Streamyard said that Mr. Abundance, you're live. I want to apologize for the nearly an hour delay that went. Actually, I was in a very important meeting, and so we just terminated that meeting. It did not expect it to go that long, but it was a very important meeting that had to happen. So I acknowledge those of you who have been waiting. I see Marcus. He was saying good evening from 5 after 7. Also, Derek, David, Cylindri, Catherine. I acknowledge all of you that were here, Madam Esther, and Cyril, also Mr. Francis out of Ghana. I wish every one of you season greetings. I also share the link with a few admin or leaders to join the conversation. But nonetheless, I won't be that long at all today. But I think my sorry, I think I might need to put my earphone on. So can somebody indicate that they're hearing me? So you're watching from Ghana. Yes. Can somebody indicate that my volume is good? Yes. Because my mic, sorry, I was not speaking inside of my mic. So again, I just want to thank each and every one of you who have been there. Yes, we are about an hour late. I apologize. As I said, I was in a very critical meeting there. And so now we'll be discussing Tacc inception and what Mr. Abundance has been saying with regards to what we need to do as a community. And so the one person this week raised some issues as to what we have done or what we have not done since we started. Yes, we can hear you. All right, thank you very much. All right, excellent. Because I was speaking, but my mic was actually down. And so to recap, so that the whole house of Tacian can appreciate us. When we started in 2019, November 4th, our first milestone that we accomplished was the the success of following the roadmap to tax certification. That was the first achievement. And the second one is, having been certified, we were managed to go on 3 exchanges. Those are accomplishments, and they also took money to go there. We also did our merchant app, of which we have today. And then we started our mobile wallet, both Android and iOS. We also at the same time were doing Tacc blockchain, of which we were also very successful in having our own blockchain. Not too many cryptocurrencies have their own blockchain. So all these are accomplishments. To add to that, we also have our desktop wallet. And so the question was put then, what happened to the mobile app? What happened to the Diasporan city? Nothing that we have said we are doing. Is that really a fact? Every step of the way, I inform the community of Tacians where we are and why we are where we are. On the development side, there are challenges. On the community side, there are also challenges. So there are challenges on both sides. I can recall mentioning to the global community of Tacian that one of the reasons that we had to be refunding the monies that went, the coins that went into the mobile app is because the developers failed to complete the mobile wallet app and to hand over both front end and back end of the mobile wallet app. And since they were not um, complying, I had to reach out to a law firm in Kenya that wrote the company, which was named Ajax. And if the house can bear me out, before Ajax came in, there was Ratspay that I was introduced to. And so that company scammed us, literally scammed us. And some principles out of Ratspay came and created Ajax. And it seems from all indication today that they also seems to intend to scam us. Because when the lawyer went to serve them, when the bailiff went to serve them, the notice, they refused to open up their office. And a matter of fact, they have already changed their name to another fintech company, disowning their own existence. And so the delays that you see in Tacc with the development are out of our control because Abundance is not a developer. I'm not a developer. And so you have to trust people. And many of you can understand that one, that people that you know, that you see, some of them even brought you into cryptocurrency and went behind you to take out your cryptocurrency. It has happened in Tacc. And so those persons, they're not too far from being listed on the rogue list in Tacc. I am giving them another chance because they were introduced to me from a credible, mature, elderly person out of St. Lucia. And so I've just appraised her of their doings. So I'm waiting for a response. So I am not going too much into that one. And so where we are today with the exchange. The exchange we contracted February, March of this year. It's supposed to be basically a 90-day operation. However, we have twice asked them to do two things for us. Number one, to customize the KYC and to put a Lightning network on the system because Bitcoin scalability cannot scale to the level to which we would want it. And so the Lightning network is allow for scalability. It will allow for transaction. Mr. Prince, I have added you, so you need to mute your mic there. Mute your mic there, please. Okay, let me remove him. All right. So we're talking about two interjection to make our exchange what we want it to be: fast, easy to operate, and a level of control especially with our rogue investors, And so I had meetings with them, and soon they will be having a live broadcast so that you of yourself can question them. But may I say to you, even the exchange is not without challenges, but that I cannot go into at this point. You have also, believe it or not, Tacc raised a certain amount of money for certification, but there are still monies that are in leaders' hand up to today. I don't need to call their names, but the money that were raised were to lay the foundation for Tacc advancement. We only reach the soft cap. The hard cap is $1 billion, but we only reach the certification amount to certify the coin and to do certain things to lay the foundation, as we have been doing with those features, the blockchain, the merchant app, the desktop, the wallet, our own exchange, even the radio and television that someone mentioned that we have not completed. The fact of the matter, the radio is playing for today. It's on today. It's playing. I'm not too sure about the television, but they were handed over to us. But may I say to a lot of you that are in the forum, as I say, sometimes you see things, but you do not know what is happening behind the scene. Do you know that the radio and television disruption was a result of monies that were purportedly stolen from the person responsible, that it took them a while to refund that money? And when that money was being refunded, it took the developers nearly another 2 years before they could have delivered. And sometimes persons must understand, when a season is past, it is very difficult for you to accomplish that which you were supposed to accomplish. That is why in the community of Tacc, we have to be very careful about the season that we're in. As I mentioned to you this week, that we as a community have control over the coins that we're trading. And someone mentioned not too long ago, how could somebody, where are you going to get investors to buy Tacc for 19,000? Because the instruction has always been, prove Mr. Abundance wrong. By this time, the entire global community of Tacians should know that the last price, the last purchase, if you put up, for example, 10 coins at $5, 10 coins, $5 each, Mr. Abundance don't need to buy your 5 coins for the price to appreciate to $10. I can just buy one or a fraction of one, and the value of the price go up to $10. I know what I'm saying. We are looking for money all over the place, and we have it in our hands. If we can only follow instruction and allow the admin to lead, we in the Tacian community by now should be controlling the economies of the world where we are. Because it only takes a click of a mouse. What does it take you to remove your orders from cents? What does it take you? Every time there's a movement of price in Tacc or information, look at the daily purchases that are going on. I never worry those who are dumping, but look at the volume of purchases that are going on, and you ask yourself, where were these people all the time? I told the global community of Tacians, it's very simple. It's not for you to know how it will happen or when it will happen. I challenge the community again, because the control of the price of Tacc is not in Mr. Abundance's hand. I had that for about a year when I controlled the prices, and the prices is what I said it would be at all rounds that we made, at 25, at 50, at 75, at $1. That's where we were. I controlled the price at that time. When we were raising the certification of the coin, the IO, the initial exchange offering, which was done on an exchange. And so what you're asked to do again, you know, the reflection of the community, the Tacian community, is a reflection of Africa. We are looking for the world to do everything that we can do for ourselves. We are looking to borrow monies from those who have no natural resources, when we have everything, but we are not being respected. Look at the Security Council. Do we have one country as a permanent representative on that council? But look at the world's natural resources. Africa has more human and natural resources more than any continent combined. But yet still we are not being respected. There's no difference in the community of Tacians. And why we are not respected? Because we do not know our value. We do not know our value. We have to know our value. And once you know your value and you understand your worth, then you can stand your ground. There is nothing that is preventing the community of Tacc to appreciate this coin to any value that we agree to do as a community. It only takes one to speak in one voice and to act in unity. You put your coin at 50,000. I told you already that there are institutional investors, governments, business people are looking for an opportunity in this space, an opportunity that we can give them. As one person from Ghana was saying, we can amount this coin to any amount at any time, even $1 billion for one coin. So when the institutional investors are coming, it's not about the number of coins that you have, because you can have 1,000 coins, but they value less than a cent. As you can go on Binance and you can go on CoinMarketCap, and you can see coins in there that on 6-7 exchanges, and they have not even reached 25 cents. But they're there. They're there for 5 and 6 years, but they have not accomplished anything. It's not where the coin, it's not the exchange where the coin is on. Is what we do as a community. Is having an understanding that we are different. And that is why the Diasporan city that was just being announced is one of my major focus that I have met on before with several key stakeholders, and we have identified the areas. And so we are putting things in place because I have already put things in place to do some traveling to come to a conclusion. And so everything that we say in Tacc, it cannot be done by one person. It is a community effort, because when the coin goes to 10, 20, 15,000, it appears in everyone's wallet equally, not the leaders or the admin wallet only. Everyone that has coin, their value will appreciate. And I challenge again the global community of Tacians: cancel your order. Cancel every order below 19,000 and prove abundance wrong. Don't worry about where investor will come from. A matter of fact, when it reaches to that level, you yourself will not have enough coins to buy. You will not have enough coins to buy. And so at this time, I want to acknowledge Prosperous Prince. I know that you have been holding on there. I like that blue. I like, Prosperous Prince, you're in your studio. Look at this. You're not joking, no. Prosperous Prince, you're in your studio. Have mercy. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yes, speak to the global community.
Thank you for this warm welcome. Yes, I have not been at the forum for quite a while because I've been in the background and preparing for this great 2023. And I've heard your voice and I've heard your story over and over. And we're saying to those who are listening and doing certain things, you know who you are, right? And asking, are you comfortable with 2022 and the year that gone ahead? Because we have been facing everyday technology and developments, and it making the poor poorer and the richer richer. What stage or what mindset do you want to find yourself in 2023? Do you want to carry on the same way you are and end up with nothing, or do you want to move into a different dimension? Now, 2023, from the journey from Tacc launched. And if we go back to TBC, I have met some wonderful people in TBC, and some of them have got a good mindset, and some of them have got different mindset. And move on to Tacc. Tacc was a vehicle and an institution that set a call for us as people from the diaspora and the people from African American, all different walks of life to meet. And if Tacc reaches the maximum in the financial market where it's supposed to reach, right? Not even that would more important to me than the people I have met since we started. Some wonderful people, wonderful brothers and sisters around the world I have met. And I said that that meeting is like priceless. You cannot put a price on some of the people I have met. And I'm looking forward, some of them I have not met them in the flesh. I'm looking forward 2023 throughout my traveling on the continent and around the world. I am looking, that's my agenda, and I'm expecting. Once is better than I expected. So one, that Tacc is going to reach where a lot of people have not got the vision to reach, right? So all the people that are dumping the coin, Mr. Bud, right? They know who they are. Look at your life. Is it the best you can do? By follow instruction and remove coin. Do not put any coin on the market unless it is 19,000. And then they will see what happened. Let's prove us wrong. Prove the whole audience wrong. And just do as you're asked to do. Thank you very much, Mr. Abundant.
Thank you very much, Prosperous Prince. I want to, commend you for your steadfast leadership from day one since you joined the Abundance Coin, because you of yourself came out of a unique experience where you were introduced to cryptocurrency by, I think, a friend called Adrian of yours, and you didn't pay any attention. And so you vow that this opportunity will not pass you by. Now, we have our own challenges, and Bitcoin also had his own challenges to get where it is today. And of course, we have heard of so many stories along the path how bitcoins were being treated. Some did not take it serious. I know of Howell out of London that dumped over 7,500 bitcoin and is now digging up all the minefield so that he can find his laptop. We have heard of Eric Finman. He took a different route by trusting the system, not knowing where it was going, and he benefited greatly from it. We also know of Hanya Glasgow, who ate 2 boxes of pizza, giving away 10,000 Bitcoin. And at the time of his interview, those coins worth over 100 million. So what we are saying in the community of Tacian is that we can become greater than Bitcoin. We do not need to be running after any exchange, any government, any institutional investors to come to us. We should not be running after any government, any institutional investor, any businesses, anyone to rescue us intact. All what we need to do is to become a community of value. Once you become a community of value, it will be very hard for you to be ignored. Very hard for you to be ignored. And that is why when the community decided to follow the lead, you see what happened with the coins. You see what happened with the volume, the purchase volume. Every time it goes into one direction, up. We just need to be consistent. And I throw out the challenge again. Prove Mr. Abundance wrong. Don't worry about who will come and buy your coins. As I said before, there are people out there don't know what to do with money, but they will not just throw it away. They need to have a safe haven and a community that is responsible and understand that this is the greatest period of world transformation, and that we have a global platform that can interface with any company, any government, any institution. That's what we have built in Tacc. And so if we do not value what we have, who will value us? With all the natural resources that is in Africa, even in some countries, their currency value nothing. With all the gold and diamond, it values nothing. Why? Why? Because it is not driven by a vision. And if you don't have a vision, you will always get the result you're getting. Because when you look at Dubai, Dubai is not richer than any African country by any stretch of the imagination. There is no country in Africa Dubai can compare when it comes to wealth, human and natural. But look at what they did with one resource, oil, with one resource they had, with a leader with a vision, and they turned that desert into the world's greatest city. That is what we're talking about, Tacc Diasporan City. We can transform our own Dubai style of operation using Tacc. Using Tacc. We can do it. Because if you're going to wait for the fiat, if you're going to wait for your currency in your country to do it, it will not be done. how much value a US dollar had 13 years ago? How much could you had bought with $1 US 10, 12 years ago? You can't even buy it today because of inflation. It worth nothing. It worth less. It worth half of the value. It worth half of the buying power it had 12 years ago. I'm talking about the US dollar. But had you bought even 10 bitcoins with that dollar 12 years ago, Bitcoin is at 17,000. It would have been 170,000. While the dollar that you have in your bank has depreciated because of inflation. And the elites know that we're onto something bigger than they have ever anticipated. The elites know that we have, as a community, the collective will to become whatever we want to come. But do they want that? They don't want that. And so they're crowding, they're just muddying the space. But I also said too, when I'm speaking on audio, as much as I've given you some information that you've never heard for the first time, there are also information in Tacc that to date I cannot reveal. If I tell you what happened after we certified the coin, if I tell you in the Tacian community what happened after we certified the coin, some of you will end up in the asylum, crazy. Some of you could not take it. Some of you could not have taken it. And so sometimes it's not everything that you will know, because the information will not help you. It will not help you. But all what you need to do is appreciate people that are admin in Tacc, appreciate the leadership, because many companies would have taken money and they would have gone disappear a long time, as they have done. Many companies came after us. They have inflated. They came with all kind of small contract offering. I think Prince, you need to mute yourself. There are many companies that came after us that promises a lot, but today, and they were on Coin Market Cap, and they're on Binance. They promise their global community a lot, inflate their prices, give untenable returns just to draw institutional investor, just to draw the big whales. I told you big whales came to us as well. 3 times they came. But I could not have conceded to them, because by conceded to them, they would have wiped out every Tacc that we have. And why are we building this community if we want to be different from the elites? If not, I would have said, you know what, let's do it. But I could not, because it's just like selling out Tacc. Yes, they came more than once. They came more than twice. And I've always entered leaders into our meetings when I'm having them so that they can hear. So when I'm speaking to the community, at least 1 or 2 persons can be a testimony that, yes, indeed, Mr. Abundance know what he's saying. I know what I'm saying. And so I'm saying to the global community of Tacians again, if we in the community become a community of value, follow instruction, and not try to copy and paste what Tetla Luno did, what FTX have done, but to create our own path. Why do we like to copy and paste when the very system and structure are falling around us? Why can't we? Who created their structure? Who created their foundation? Who created their system? Did they come to you and said, Africa and Africans. I have a project that I am creating. Please come and join me so that all of us can be financially free. Did they come to us and tell us that? No, they did not. So why do you want them to come to tarnish your own vision, your own mission? And so I will go to the forum now to welcome those of you who are online. If there's any question, when I went through there, I did not see any question really. Watching from Ghana, thank you very much, Mr. Wonder. Then we have good evening, Mr. Abundance, panelist Tacian in the house. My question is, when are we launching our exchange? All right, Mr. Cyril, as I said earlier before you came, that I had meetings with the exchange, and they're supposed to do a live broadcast at some time, so that you can have an appreciation as to why they stay that long, because of course it is overdue. But at the same time, we also much appreciate that what we're creating is also different. And so I would not give a specific date, but they have given me a time frame that they'll be able to complete the work. All right. Thank you very much for that question. The season greetings, global continuation. Tacc will surely change the narrative. Thank you very much, our leader out of Ghana. Watching live from Ghana. Thank you very much. Yes, they can hear me. Thank you very much. I was saying that. Hearing you 5 and 5. Thank you very much, Mr. Blessing there. Let me look to see if any question. Mr. Denver say, from the Virgin Islands, Merry Christmas. Tacc's money is left with the community with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And of course, it is. It's not a coin that you cannot trade amongst other coins. We appear against Litecoin, BTC, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum. You can trade Tacc. And so you can trade Tacc for Bitcoin and cash it out. There are coins there that are going around gathering momentum, and you cannot change them against any other coin. They're only there. You can only buy and sell them for cash. All right. So thank you very much there. 2020. As I already give the slogan for 2030. Tacc will take 2030. I've already given our slogan in 2023, the year of abundance. But to establish the year of abundance, we have to build a foundation in 2022. We have to learn to follow instructions. When the admins say you must do this, when the admins say hold, you hold. When the admins say let loose, because we have a community. That's how we came about. We did not just meet up in Tacc out of the ear. We created this community from nothing. And we have met all our benchmark to the certification. But at the end of the day now, it is a collective willpower that all of us need. Collectively is out of Mr. Abundance's hand and the admin. We all have to do our part now. All right, and so we're winding down. Tacc is our oil. Thank you very much. And it is our oil. But you can have oil. You can have oil, but if you don't know what to do with it, you can run into problem. Yeah, my computer is telling me that my battery is running out. All right, so I want to thank all of you again for being here. Possible Prince, your last word there, please. I think you unmute yourself. Yeah, unmute yourself.
Yes, go on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes. Yes, once again, and to the global community of Tacian, 2023, our agenda, based on what Chief Abundant have illustrated for all of us to understand and to move with one voice. We don't expect for 2023 one group is going one way and the other group is going the other way. We all need to go in one dimension, and that we have to understand that the situation that we're in, are we happy with what is going on? And how do we change it? We change it with one voice and one mission. We will achieve. We cannot let anybody um, see what we got and that we don't know what we got. Other people from outside see what we got and they know what we got. We're sitting down on diamond and gold. So therefore, if we don't see what we've got, who else is going to come and show us? So we have to put ourselves out there in the world to get respect. This is what we will command 2023 is either you're with us or you're against us.
Have mercy.
So the dumpers who is dumping their coin, they will one day wish to buy it for 20, $30,000 per coin. So they can give up what they want to give up. And if a person want to sell their coin for whatever price they want to sell it for below what the admin will put it on the exchange for, they can do peer to peer. Why do you have to come on the front to sell your coin? You can contact whichever person you want and do peer to peer. That's another thing again. You can do peer to peer. Why
All
you
right.
come in to put your coin on the exchange for a couple of cents? So we're looking for 23 to be better.
Yes, the year of abundance. I want to thank you, Prosper Springs, for joining Mr. Abundance today. We say to the global community of Tacian that Tacc continues to go uphill. And I thank those of you who have joined us. You can repeat the audio because it will be recorded. Thank you very much and good